And then let's double check your pipeline real quick because that's where we're going to put them next is into your new lead pipeline. Do you want them just in here with everybody else?
Yeah, the only thing is I gotta be honest, I don't mess with my pipeline a whole lot, but that's super important, isn't it?
It's massively important for you knowing where all your people are, right? So if they responded, you can, I think you already have this set up for,
Yeah,
yeah.
things happen like when if I put them in responded, then like the campaigns start taking over, right?
No, so if they respond, it automatically puts them into responded for you and stops the campaigns. Yeah,
Okay.
so all the people that responded, it should auto populate them over here.
And then it's up to me to get in there and get them to move to a different pipeline.
Your pipeline, like this right here, so there's like you only have like say you had a deal, you know, um, quoted and you started putting in these values,
Uh-huh.
right? So this pipeline, I always want my pipeline based on what stage they're in. I want to be able to filter for that tag just in case I want to hit up everybody that's in my quoted stage. You know, they all have the tag quoted, and now I can go do a bulk request and hit them all up for a particular stage because they're in a particular place of my sales process. So I
Okay.
want to send them a specific message that I don't want to send everybody else.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm not thinking big enough, man. I'm
No, I
thinking
think
too
way
small.
bigger, bro.
Yeah, you
So
just showed
like,
that right now.
let me kind of after this, I'll show you our pipeline, just how we manage the business.
Okay.
Um, and you can kind of get some ideas on how to manage contacts or customers and prospects. So we have, you know, an insurance leads pipeline, and then I have a customer pipeline too.
Yeah. Okay.
And that updates based on payments failed, payment success, cancellations. Like it updates all that stuff based on what happened over in like Samcart that does all of our processing.
So that's kind of your pipeline for that.
Yeah, yeah. So that's like my team manages the customer
Sure.
pipeline. Sandra
Right.
manages the uh, prospects pipeline, and there's certain
Ah.
automations that happen at whatever stage, like future requote. If Sandra were to be in our pipeline and we have future requote, and I've got a campaign to kick off after that, all Sandra has to do is drag and drop that person over. Now it fires off the next one, adds
Wow.
this
Okay.
tag, removes the other tag, and now I've just saved her a lot of time. And so now she's performing at her best for my business.
Wow. You're right. Yeah. All right, man. You know, one of the things, because I am new to automation, you know, when I quoted people and I put them in the quoted pipeline, like I had to get used to another text going out saying, thank you for allowing me to quote you. And just like all this activity where I was like, oh my God, dude, like, is that like, I wasn't comfortable with that. And that's part of one of the reasons why I didn't go into this.
Yeah. So knowing what happens and when, how things are connected, that's the biggest. That's what I was saying at the beginning of this call.
That's what you said at the beginning.
Yeah, knowing what's connected where, what talks to what actions need to happen in the pipeline to make the next thing happen. And we basically from prospect to cancellation, meaning they've gone through our demo, they've
Uh-huh.
gone through sign up, they've gone through onboarding, they're
Uh-huh.
now in the customer pipeline and they're an active paying user or they're
Uh-huh.
failing payment or they're doing this or they're doing that or
Uh-huh.
cancellation. I automated the whole process from that and updates my team on what status everybody is, adds a task to them so that they complete it. We built all of that in here.
Yeah. Okay.
So we built it on a B2B level that's like much more like technical
Uh-huh.
than a B2C level. So the B2C level is way easier. You know, you just have to do one process essentially.
Sure.
But once you know how that works,
Uh-huh.
you're going to be like, holy shit. So like Ricky's setting up a customer pipeline right now where each stage is what line of business they have.
Uh-huh.
And so if they only have auto and then he drops them into the auto stage, it's going to automatically set up a campaign that hits them up to say, put your home insurance underneath me too. So
Right.
upsell for home
Wow.
or upsell for life or upsell for this or upsell for that. And so now he's, you know, based on, you know, Ben Rigger being in home and auto, now he's getting a life campaign to upsell life.
Wow. Got
Yeah.
it.
Pretty
Dude, the
fucking cool, man.
possibilities are crazy.
Yeah.
But you're right. If I don't know how it connects, if I don't know what step leads to the next step, I'm gonna be afraid to use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how the hell am I expected to do good with it if I don't know exactly what leads to what? So
Yeah. And so what I would do is just start at the top to get an understanding of what happens.
Uh-huh.
Grab a piece of paper
Uh-huh.
and start at the top. Okay. What happens when EverQuote sends me a lead? Right? Just map out the process for EverQuote. EverQuote sends me a lead. Comes to my business email, but then I also push it into Zapier, and Zapier pushes it into ILM account. Right?
Right.
Then once it gets into the ILM account,
Uh-huh.
we know we're firing off a campaign.
Right.
And then we also know we're adding them to the pipeline, and that we're adding a tag that says no contact. Once they respond, next line down, no, once they respond, we update the tag to contacted, remove the tag not contacted.
Uh-huh.
We update this pipeline stage to responded, and we stop all the campaigns.
See how you have it memorized?
Huh?
You see how you have it memorized?
Yeah, because I built it.
I'm just saying, like, that's how I got to get. I got to memorize it like that.
Yeah, so I started off going forwards. You've got to start off going backwards. You've already got the structure. Now you need to figure out what happens and when, where the holes are, what, like, is something happening here or not?
And tweak it to my agency and how
tweak it to how what you want to be sent. Maybe you don't want appointment, recovery campaign to fire off. You want to do that manually because that's what works best for you.
Uh-huh.
So then I would make sure that you have no triggers, no campaigns for appointment recovery.
Yeah, see, and that's because I didn't get involved and I don't know exactly. That's why I'm just sticking with the texting and reaching out and doing it that way. But then it's kind of ending there. I'm not allowing it to now process through the rest of the steps,
so then
regardless of what happens.
So then what would be the best situation to happen next?
That I put them in a pipeline. Whatever the tag that they're in, that next step, it's building off of whatever action took place. So if they're just quoted and they didn't respond to me, it goes into a pipeline where it's automatically following up on quoted people. If they tell me now's not a good time, call me in 3 months.
So let's look at that real quick, just so you know how to troubleshoot this and see what's up. So if they get in here, then let's look and see if he's added to any campaigns. I think the way that it's set up, he should be. He's currently in the quoted 30 days follow-up campaign. So the only way that an automation can happen, if you didn't put him in there automatically or manually, then it happened automatically, right?
Right.
Based on that, knowing how the system works and what talks to what does what, I know that something can't happen automatically unless a trigger is set up to make it do that.
Make it happen.
Right. So now let's go to triggers. And let's go look and see what the trigger is to get them into quoted 30 days. Okay, so let's open this up. Now it's based on a pipeline stage change. So all I got to do is drag and drop that person into quoted, and the quoted 30-day follow-up is going to kick off. First, it's going to remove them from all campaigns so they're not continuing to get something else while you're doing this.
So, and in my mind, because I don't know all of that, I'm thinking Ben Rigger's a dead lead already. And here it's still,
it's still going.
It's still going.
Yeah.
It's still going.
Yeah. And so let's go look and see where Ben Rigger is. How far along is he in the campaign?
I think he was one of the early ones, man.
Yeah. So let's go into quoted 30-day follow-up. Look at this right here. So this is clickable.
Yeah.
Let's click on this. Ben Rigger. He's got three messages left.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I do see this. I go in here.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Okay.
So now you only have 5 people in this campaign. Now it's cross-check. I want to see, because it looked like to me you had a lot more people in that status. Maybe it was just 5. But let's just double check.
3.
Okay, there's only 3 in here. but we're also only looking at all the open. So let's look at all. Okay, only 3 in here. So I just always want my pipeline to be accurate as fuck.
Okay.
Like I want
Up
to be
to
able to
date.
take a glance at my pipeline and know exactly where everybody's at, know exactly what the next step is for somebody. You know, who's supposed to be doing what. Like we've got a lot of people sitting in appointment missed. Who's on top of those people right now?
Right. Nobody.
Right? Those are dead. Those are going to be dead leads if nobody handles it. So I either need to build a process or put a person on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Completely. 100%.
So I start with a piece of paper.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that.
And I map out my process first.
Okay.
Like, what do I want to happen? So whenever I was thinking about this template for you guys, I got Ricky and I was like, Ricky, what happens when? Okay, so new lead comes in, then what? Well, we hit them up, we text, we do this, we do that. Cool. I'll build a campaign for that. Let's set up the trigger, da-da-da-da, boom. Okay, now when a new lead comes in from this source, it's automatically going to add them to this. Now what? Well, if they respond, then I don't want any more communications going on. All right, cool. Stop on response. Good. What next? Well, let's update the pipeline and update the tag so I know that they responded. Cool. Let's do that. Set that up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, man.
So just this is like, bro, this is like one of the biggest and most powerful skills that you can learn as a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
Because what team member is going to know how to do this?
Right.
Nobody. And it's going to make your life a living hell trying to managing all of it manually.
Yes.
Right. But if you have it happening automatically, now I know there's no holes in my process. And if something fucks up, it's my team member's fault.
Yep.
Hey, why didn't you go and update this? I've got an SOP right here that when this happens, you're supposed to go update this. You have a task right there that's assigned to you that you never checked off. That's why this guy is in the wrong place right now. And he's getting the wrong communications.
I need to get my staff on this. That's
yeah.
Right.
Well, you need to have the leg up on them.
Right.
First. Or well, like it goes either way, right? If you don't know how to do it and you don't want to learn it, hire somebody that knows.
Gotcha.
Because then they're going to be the powerhouse that helps your business run on autopilot.
Gotcha. This is very powerful.
It's extremely powerful.
If done correctly.